I'm listening to nearly 100 albums from the year 1955, and I just finished listening to Thelonious Monk with Thelonious Monk Plays the Music of Duke Ellington, released on Riverside. I believe the first Thelonious Monk record released on Riverside, so a landmark moment here since Riverside is the label where Monk would release much of his classic output. And all things considered, this is an album that at first glance would seem to be a contender for being one of Monk's most radical pieces, given the combination between performer and composer here. Ellington's pieces seem fraught with potential for Monk to improvise and kind of experiment with. And yet, I find that this record is actually one of the safest things that Monk has done to date, one of the most straightforward pieces, arguably the closest that Monk has ever sounded to a hard bop pianist overall. And there's a place for that, certainly. I would not say that this record is safe to the point of being disappointing necessarily, but it does feel like a record where you want to come in with your expectations a bit tempered. Like when he's doing tracks like It Don't Mean a Thing If You Ain't Got That Swing, he's playing it like a fairly typical bop piece. And playing it at kind of a half tempo speed as well, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I think the renditions here are all perfectly fine. They're all good, in fact. But even compared to the stuff that Monk was doing with Prestige before this, I find that some of the unique characteristics that define him as this individualistic person are not really present here as much. This is one of the most anonymous Monk releases that I've ever heard, and while the floor for quality is still quite good, I would say this is maybe not the Monk record to start with for those curious. Yeah, Thelonious Monk plays the music of Duke Ellington. It's a good album, not necessarily a great one, in my opinion.